When you come to today's class, here, suppose sometimes to solve few numericals, we need the relation between the velocity of particle, velocity of the wave, and the slope of the wave. Okay. Suppose one wave is given as, okay, if y is given like some a sine trigonometric function kx minus omega given like this in the form of trigonometric function. Then yesterday I told clearly velocity of particle is not dx by dt. Velocity of particle is dy by dt. This dy by dt. Here this dx by dt is the velocity of wave. So first of all, if I require velocity of particle, I have to take partial differentiation. Okay, this is equals to with respect to time. So a into sine kx minus omega t after differentiating will become cos kx minus omega t into minus omega you will get x. Okay. So magnitude of velocity of particle, I got a omega into cos kx minus omega. Okay. Here, suppose if I ask the relation between velocity of particle and slope. Slope means for the wave generally with y on y-axis and x on x-axis. This is sine wave without phase difference. Phi is equals to 0. So started from here. We take the wave like this. Okay, sinusoidal wave, sine wave. So here at one point, slope means generally what on y and x, slope generally gives the y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 in mathematics, which is dou y by dou x. So dou y by dou x if I take, which is slope, okay, with respect to x, then I will get a. So I use cos kx minus omega t into, with respect to x, if I differentiate, I will get kx. Okay. So here you can write some relation between them now. Okay. What's velocity of particle? What I got here minus omega into a cos kx minus omega t. Okay. Look at here. A cos kx minus omega t from this equation. You can write dou y by dou x divided by k. So if I substitute there, I will get minus omega into a cos kx minus omega t and replacing it with dou y by dou x divided by k. Okay. Omega by k is nothing but what now? Wave velocity. So velocity of particle is equals to I'm getting minus velocity of the wave into dou y by dou x. Okay. From this equation, sometimes they may ask few questions. What if you see here, suppose a wave is traveling with a constant velocity. Traveling is towards, right? Suppose traveling along positive x-axis. Why? Because I took here minus. I think you remember when it is traveling towards negative x-axis, this becomes plus. Okay. So here, the relation between these two, if you see, while traveling with a constant velocity, velocity of the wave is constant, then you can say velocity of particle is directly proportional to negative slope. Okay. And here it is clearly saying that you are getting negative slope means velocity of particle, slope, both are in opposite direction. Okay. Here, from this equation, you can say, suppose if I ask one question, I select one particle here, another particle there, third particle here, fourth particle there, fifth particle here, and sixth particle there. Totally, I took 6 particles now. Okay. For the 6 particles, what will be the direction of velocity of particles at the respective positions? Okay, if they ask. This one previously given in exam. Velocity of particle at this point, if they ask, then I try to come to know the x value and try to substitute here in this equation, and I will try to calculate. But it is not the numerical question. Just he is asking one diagram for the direction of velocity of particle. Okay. So here from this relation I can say, suppose this is x-axis and it is y-axis. Okay. And here one point, say A, point A. There, if I draw a tangent, is that tangent giving positive slope or negative slope now?
Positive slope, sir.
Good. Positive slope. So here the slope is positive. Slope is positive means velocity of particle should be negative. Why? Because both are in opposite direction. Velocity of particle negative means you should get the particle towards the negative y-axis. Means this will be the direction of velocity of particle. Generally, the student will think what? Sir, here the wave is going up, sir. That's why while going up here, what will be the velocity of particle here, Nana? Sir, magnitude I will calculate, sir. Direction, Nana. Direction is going up, sir. That's why velocity of particle will be in upward direction. Generally, what we see. See here, it is coming down, velocity of particle. Means when the wave is trying to go up, particle is trying to pull it down. That's why after a certain instant, it tries to come down. Okay. And number 2, here where I ask at the point B, here, at the point B. Okay. At the point B, look at, if you draw a tangent horizontal, what is the slope there now? Measured with x-axis, slope. Slope is tan theta.
Yes, sir.
How much will be that?
Infinity, sir.
Huh?
Infinity.
Not infinity. Here, so
Zero, sir.
Right.
0, sir.
Yeah. X-axis, the angle measured is 0. So slope will be 0. If slope is 0, then velocity of particle will be 0. That's why here don't mention any direction up or down. Okay. This is the tangent drawn. So here velocity of particle is 0. That's why neither down nor up. Okay. Simply we have to leave it there. Here if we want to write velocity of particle there equals to 0. Okay. And number 3, third point. I think here you can say very easily. Okay. At that point, suppose if I draw a tangent, I will get like this. That tangent with x-axis, I think you can say, is it negative or positive? Slope now.
Negative, sir.
Right. Slope is negative, so minus of minus that becomes plus. Slope itself is negative. Negative of negative, positive. So velocity of particle will be positive. Positive means I think it should come up or down.
Yes, sir.
Up or down.
Up, sir.
Right. This is the direction of velocity of particle. Okay. Those directions better to avoid the confusion. Here we draw the tangent. There we mention this is the tangent. Here we mention the direction of velocity of particles in the first diagram. So here tangent positive. So velocity of particle should be negative, downwards. Here velocity of particle 0. Here velocity of particle slope negative. So velocity of particle positive, upwards. Okay. Here also I think at this point slope is negative. Am I right?
Sir.
Slope is negative means velocity of particle should be positive, up. Like. Right. Here at this point, if I draw a tangent, again the slope will be negative or positive. In the fourth quadrant, it is
negative, sir.
Negative. So velocity of particle should be up. Okay. And finally here at this point, if I draw a tangent, you can easily say,
Positive, sir.
right, positive slope means velocity of particle should be negative.
Downward.
Right. So likewise, at different points, what they ask, okay, we have to mention in exam, we have to choose this type of option in the 4 options. Okay, if we see this type of option, then we put this is the correct option, right?
Yes, sir.
This is the story, and for such type of questions, we use velocity of particle is equals to minus v into slope. This relation. Okay, that is one advantage. And yesterday already I told second derivative relation. Dou square y by dou t square is equals to v square into
Square into dou y square by dou x square.
right. This one yesterday we already. Okay, and I gave the clarity also. Every
Yes, sir.
every transverse wave obeys this law. Okay, that doesn't mean.
But every equation which satisfies it is not that, sir.
Is not the transverse wave. Very good, very good. Right. This is the story, Nana. And here, suppose if you see there, Nana, in this equation, at this point, already you told velocity of particle is equals to 0. Velocity is 0 means by virtue of velocity, generally the particle possesses kinetic energy. Okay. So there I can say when we enter into the energies part, okay, by taking it as the reference, this is the wave. Here we found from the graph velocity of particle is equals to 0. Here also you will get velocity of particle equals to 0. Why? Because if I draw a tangent, slope here is equals to 0. Theta equals to 0 with x-axis. There also slope equals to 0. Okay. Velocity of particle is 0 means kinetic energy of the particle, say at the points A and B, velocity of particle, sorry, kinetic energy of particle at A and B, I write it as 0. Okay. These points, suppose here at those points, if you ask the potential energy, I can say it is the potential energy by virtue of height. Okay. So the wave from this concept got be understood, even though kinetic energy is 0, it is possessing some energy which is in the form of potential energy. So here also it is a concept related to the total energy is equals to is total mechanical energy equals to potential energy plus kinetic energy. Okay. So to find out that total energy, first what I am going to do here, that kinetic energy of some particle. Some particle means here the mass of particle I don't know. Total mass of, suppose it is a string, I can say total mass. For particle I don't know. Let the mass be dm. Okay, the mass, small mass here. So kinetic energy is equal to half m v. V at a point, v is generally we write velocity of the particle. Okay. From this equation here, don't get confused. Kinetic energy at a point, don't write it as of dm into velocity of wave square. This is wrong now. Okay. So always we have to write half dm into vp square. Why? Because particles are vibrating. Okay. So in vibration, we have to say the kinetic energy. It is not equal to half dm into velocity of wave square. Okay. And that velocity of particle means we have to write this equation. Okay. Velocity of wave, if it is, if you confuse it as taking like half dm into velocity of wave square, we try to substitute velocity of wave is equals to nu lambda whole square, then you will get everything wrong. Okay. So it is not equals to velocity of wave square. Therefore, kinetic energy we have to say is equals to half into dm into velocity of particle square means from here I can write a square by squaring this one. Even though it is negative or positive, by squaring you will get positive value. So a square omega square. There I am getting cos square kx minus omega. Okay. And that kinetic energy you can say is appeared like some constant here, say some k naught into cos square kx minus omega. Okay. Look at here, if I ask what will be the maximum kinetic energy, then student will try to say it will be maximum when cos function is either positive plus 1 or minus 1. Why? Because it is cos square now. So Ke is maximum whether cos kx minus omega t is plus 1 or minus 1. Okay. So here, if I put the plus 1 or minus 1 here, I will get Ke max is equals to Ke naught. This is maximum kinetic energy. Okay. And here, can I erase this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So are you following the running notes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. You are noting down. No problem. Then here, what we write? Ke max is equals to K naught means what we write now? Half into dm into a square omega. Okay. This is the maximum kinetic energy for you in the wave. Okay. After finding out that maximum kinetic energy, my question is, suppose the mass of particle here, actually I don't know. This is mass of one particle, I don't know. So better you can write in terms of either linear mass density or volume mass density. So this Ke max, suppose if I say per unit volume, means mass by volume. Per unit volume if you take, then half divided by volume if you take, mass by volume is density, half rho a square omega square. Okay. Or where rho is the density. Okay, from the equation mass by volume, which is density. Or you can write kinetic energy Ke max per unit length also. Per unit length means dm by dx. Okay, lengthwise term. We write dm by dx is linear mass density. We represent the letter lambda. Lambda a square omega square, where lambda is called linear mass density, which is represented with the letter lambda, is equals to mass per unit length, that is dm by dx in differential form. Okay. So this is Ke max now. Then here we have to understand one thing, what we learned from oscillations chapter. Okay. What in oscillations chapter we say, if the potential energy is something and its maximum value is say 5 joules, I can't say the total energy is equals to 5 joules. Okay. Means in oscillations, what is the problem? Suppose this is one bob suspended from a circle, pulled SI, comes to extreme position. Happily we can say here the velocity is 0, so kinetic energy is equals to 0, like here at the highest point. Okay, kinetic energy is equals to 0. So whatever the energy possessed here, mechanical energy is potential energy. That potential energy is maximum at that point. Why? Because raised to maximum right here. Further it tries to come back. So what is the total energy? If they ask, total energy is equals to PE max. If you write like this is not valid in all cases. Why? Because you are taking the height from this reference level and that height is maximum, and you are saying potential energy maximum is the total energy for the oscillation. Suppose if he measures that height from the ground level, okay, suppose it is raised to a height small h, From ground, he measured the height as capital H. Look at here, P max I have to write. This is mg capital H plus mg small h. Okay. So here, whatever the maximum potential energy you are saying mgh is the actual total energy. Why? Because we have to measure from the reference level. The total energy should be equals to the kinetic energy is 0. Potential energy from the reference level is mgh. I have to take mgh1. Okay. So look at here, P max is not equal to total energy if I take the reference level as the ground. Okay. It is also equals to mgh, which is equals to total energy if I take the mean position as the reference. So there is a lot of confusion where you are taking the reference level. If you take the reference level here, the total energy is equals to P max. But if you take the reference level here, total energy is not equals to P max. That's why my intention is the total energy may be equal to P max or may not be equal to P max. Okay, so if you find out the, instead of kinetic energy, if you find out the potential energy, that maximum potential energy, you can equate it to total energy or cannot equal to total energy, depending upon the reference. But instead of finding out potential energy, if you calculate that kinetic energy, in kinetic energy, there is no virtue of taking the height term, only velocity term. That's why here, suppose if you take in the oscillations, the kinetic energy means here velocity is maximum at mean position. Okay, velocity is maximum means the kinetic energy here is maximum. Okay, even if you take the reference level here, the potential energy is equals to 0. Then I can say the total energy is equals to the Ke max. Okay. There and here, Nana, even though if you take from ground level, there you are considering the potential energy as mgh. Here also you are considering the potential energy as mgh. That is a common term. There and here at extreme portion and mean portion, even though if you take the earth as reference level, that mg capital H you will get at extreme portion and mean portion. It is a common term. So extra what you are getting, here the potential energy is 0. That's why here the total energy I can say Ke max. That's why if I calculate the kinetic energy and later the Ke max, that Ke max I can equate it to total energy. That is the advantage now. So instead of potential energy, I calculated here Ke and then Ke max. I already found now that Ke max, whatever I calculated here, is I equate it to the total mechanical energy in the wave. So the total energy, suppose if you represent this one with the letter some U. Okay. The total energy you are getting here of Dm into A square omega square. Okay. Whereas in the same way, the total energy per unit volume. Okay. Total energy per unit volume. Okay, it is actually called as energy density now. So when you come to numericals, they may ask in the given wave, find out the energy density. Energy density very simple, equals to directly we write of rho A square omega square. Okay, why? Because total energy is nothing but Ke max. So total energy per unit volume, which is energy density, is nothing but Ke max by volume. This one is it. Okay, so you have to remember what is the energy density from this equation. Okay, and then here now, suppose if I ask later after finding out the energy density, generally if I ask the total energy, I already calculated here now. This mass, I write total energy is equals to half A square omega square into that dm, I write from the equation again, density is equals to mass by volume. dm is equals to, I write rho into dv. So here I write it as rho into dv. Okay, which is up here like total energy is equals to the energy density of rho a square omega square. It is the energy density into dv. Okay. There, suppose if you know the area of cross section particularly, okay, means here you know the area in this wave. Suppose if you know the area, okay, then I can write the dv as half rho a square omega square into volume can be written as area into length, some dx. Area, if I represent again A, you may get confused now here. A, I already took it as amplitude. That's why area I represent with the letter sum S. Okay. Where S is the area. Right? Then here now, suppose if I ask what is the rate of transmission of energy, means rate of propagation of energy. Rate of propagation of energy means total energy already I calculated. Rate means divided by time. That's why I'm asking the time rate of total energy. Okay, total energy I'm asking. Divided by time I require, which is equals to half rho a square omega square into S into I have to write the length dx divided by time. dx by dt gives you the velocity of particle or velocity of wave, Nana?
Velocity of particle, sir.
Ayyo. Velocity of particle is dy by dt, Nana. dx by dt is velocity of wave.
Okay, sir.
Okay, try to remember. So here I got dx by dt. Yesterday I told Nana. dy by dt, if you take in the equation y is equals to a sine kx minus omega. If you differentiate this term, you will get velocity of particle. Why? Because it is the displacement of particle. Here x is the displacement traveled by the wave. So displacement by time, where x is the displacement of the wave. So if you differentiate x, you will get velocity of wave. Okay, very simple. So don't get confused, Nana. dy by dt is velocity of particle. dx by dt is velocity of wave. Okay. Why? Because next we are going to start the numericals. There, all these points are important for us. Okay. Right. Then here, what is this, Nana? Rate of propagation of energy. Rate of propagation of energy, which is actually, if you link with the first year, energy divided by time gives like work divided by time. Nana. Energy is nothing but work. Work divided by time gives what? Power. That's why you can call it as the power transmission. Okay, power propagating through the wave. So the propagation power, okay, or propagating power. Simply if you write it as propagating power is equals to, which is represented with the letter P, is equals to, I'm getting half rho a square omega square s into dx by dt is velocity, where v is not velocity of particle, it is velocity of wave. Okay. Then here, suppose after finding out the power, okay, if you see there, if I ask the intensity of propagation, means intensity here in the wave, okay, intensity is actually intensity propagating through the wave, I represented with the letter I. I is actually energy per unit area in unit time. Okay, this is actual formula. Energy, where area I am representing there with the letter S. Okay, so I changed that area term okay, letter as S. So here energy by time is nothing but power. Power by S gives intensity. Power already I calculated. Nana. By S, if I substitute it, then I will get half rho A square omega square V. Okay. So I think it is crystal clear for you. The intensity is equals to half constant. Keep all the terms here. Now rho is the density, okay, of the medium through which the wave is propagating. A is the amplitude. I think you know in your first year, y is equals to a sine omega t, where a is called as maximum displacement from mean position, called as amplitude. Omega, I think you know, called it as angular velocity, or other name for it is angular frequency. Okay, they may call it as in numericals either angular velocity or angular frequency. And here once again I am telling, don't get confused. V is velocity of not particle, wave. Means here if you want V, you can write it as mu into lambda. Okay, mu is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. Then here, Nana, if you want to write this in terms of frequency, okay, in terms of frequency means omega is equals to actually 2 pi by t. Okay, 1 by t is frequency, 2 pi mu. If I substitute it, then I will get I is equals to half rho a square, okay, V into omega square. If I substitute this one, omega square is 4 pi square mu square. Okay, 1 2 get cancelled here. So you will get 2 pi square. Okay, after cancel 2 pi square mu square. Okay, first we write square terms. A square into leftover terms are rho and V. Okay, this is the intensity. You can say the intensity in terms of omega or in terms of what frequency, where mu is the frequency, the mu term. It is frequency. Okay, this is the intensity. From here, if you observe, suppose the wave is not damping. Okay, not damping means when wave is propagating, while winding up the class yesterday I told, the medium takes some energy from the disturbance you created. That disturbance we named it as wave or pulse. Yesterday, part of wave is called as pulse. So the pulse or wave, a part of wave or wave, here while propagating in a medium, that energy, okay, what the medium particles got here, propagate from one particle means transmit it to from one particle to the other particle in the medium. In the transmission, the particles absorb some energy. So here, while propagating, the amplitude of the wave gradually decreases like this. This is practical. Okay. If amplitude decreases from the beginning, we are saying the energy is mainly depending upon what? The amplitude square. E is directly proportional to A square. So energy amplitude decreases, energy decreases. Energy decreases, everything will be decreased. The power or intensity, anything will be decreased. So it is the practical thing. Actually, the intensity is not constant while propagating. That is, the power is not constant, the total energy is not constant. But in primary models here, means even until mains models, we come to here take the amplitude same throughout the wave. Okay, even though it is not practical, we consider the amplitude remains. This wave is called an undamped wave. Okay, this undamped wave we are considering it as progressive wave concerned to our syllabus. Okay, so here if you see at any point the amplitude, either it is plus A or here this is minus A, whatever, below the x-axis, whatever the amplitude, that is here, whether it is minus A or plus A, and it is A square. So in the energy or power or intensity, that is always positive. Okay. So here that amplitude is constant for undamped wave, pi square constant, 2 constant, and it is propagating only in one medium first basically. Okay, means suppose it is a string, it is passing through the string like this. Okay, passing through the string means the string is completely made with only one material. So rho, density of string is constant. When, okay, conditions applied, then you can say the intensity through one medium only, through a medium, not a composition of different media. Okay, through a medium, then you can say I is directly proportional to one is frequency square, other is velocity. Okay. Suppose if you try to change the amplitude in the wave, means you are creating the amplitude by shaping suppose one string like this. That is your wish. Suppose you are trying to change the amplitude in the same string with the same velocity. That time I have to take I is directly proportional to, you are trying to propagate with the same velocity. Otherwise, even though in the same medium, through a medium. Okay, that time here 2 square, 2 constant, pi square constant, through a medium, rho constant, you can write rho square, a square into v. Okay, that v you are continuously propagating with a constant velocity suppose, then I write I is directly proportional to mu square into x. Okay, this type of relation majorly we use even in optics also. Okay, there suppose if you are able to maintain further one by one, we are keeping constant. First we kept 2 pi square only constants actually in the equation. All these things are variables. First we consider only one medium, so rho constant. Next we considered propagating with the same velocity, v constant. Next, suppose you are taking even frequency also constant. Okay, then you can say intensity is depending upon the amplitude square. Okay, that equation even in optics also we try to use. So try to remember that equation here. Okay, so some first the displacement of a wave. Suppose if I give an example, y is equals to for a progressive wave, it is a function of like it already I told x minus v or t minus x by in that form. Suppose I give one equation like a into e power bt or at minus bx whole square. Okay. Is the displacement I am giving in the form of exponential. Right? In this case, suppose if I ask find the amplitude and velocity of wave, not velocity of particle, velocity of wave. Okay. Then here, simply if you see here, y max is amplitude. Okay. This term will be maximum when the term here, whatever I am taking, is 1. Okay, either plus or minus 1. Okay, so if this term y max is equals to amplitude, and in the given equation y becomes maximum when the coefficient of a, okay, coefficient of a here is e power at minus bx whole square, suppose equals to 1, right, plus or minus 1 equals to 1, then we can say y is, if, then y is maximum. Okay, I am saying plus or minus 1. Plus or minus 1, y is maximum means more than 1 you won't get here. Okay, so the maximum value to find out, first of all we have to put e power something is equals to plus or minus 1. Something, here we are taking only magnitude. Magnitude means, that's why first I wrote here plus 1. Magnitude of this one is only plus a we take. Okay, we are not finding out the direction. So here magnitude, if you take this part, I have to take 1. 1 means,
Sir, at x equal to 80 by b, it's maximum, sir.
means, oh, yeah. What you are saying, 80, if 80 minus bx is equals to 0, then this thing is equals to 1. What you are saying, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then don't say x is equals to minus b. That 80 is equals to bx. Differentiate this equation to get dx by dt. So with respect to time, if I differentiate, a is equals to b into dx by dt. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Then dx by dt is the velocity of wave. Just now also I told you. Okay. So this is velocity of wave. First I got velocity of wave is equals to, from here I am getting a by b. And here to get the maximum displacement, I have to put 80 minus dx is equals to 0. 80 minus dx, if you put 0, this is e power 0, 1. 1 into a, that is a. So y max is equals to a. Okay. This is the way how to find the amplitude and the velocity of wave in the given progressive wave equation. Then here, suppose he gave one traveling wave pulse, not wave, pulse of a wave. Okay, pulse means part. Yesterday I told. This is like one pulse, right? That pulse here, not complete wave, is traveling in a medium, and here its displacement is measured as y is equals to 10 by 5 plus, okay, something he gave here, like x plus 2t whole square. Okay, then in this case, this is pulse equation. Look at it is in the form of x plus vt nana straight away. If I ask what is the amplitude of pulse, amplitude here means the maximum displacement on y-axis. This is the amplitude. What is the amplitude of pulse? And what is the wave velocity? Okay, if I ask, right, if we start suppose, x to get y max, okay, then we have to put what, x plus 2t should be equal to 0. Okay, should be equal to 0 means simply x plus 2t equals to 0. Then I have to write x is equals to minus 2t. I think you remember, you can understand from here. If I differentiate this equation, dx by dt is equals to minus 2. That implies dx by dt is velocity of wave is equals to minus 2. But he is asking what is the velocity magnitude only. That velocity of wave is equals to 2 meters per second. This is the velocity of wave. And maximum, to get y maximum, we have to put this is 0. If you put it 0 there, then y max you will get
Y equal to 2.
Very good. So you will get there y max is equals to 10 by 5. That is equals to 2. That maximum displacement is called as amplitude. So amplitude is equals to. Okay, Nana?
Yes, sir.
One wave equation is given as, another example. I am writing y is equals to some value here, 0.05 into sine 200t, okay, minus pi by 2, right, plus some 0.5 x. If I write. So look at here, Nana, these type of equations are actually very dangerous for us. Huh? Why? Because it is this type of equation, yesterday I told now, it is in the form of y is equals to
A sine x omega t minus minus k plus alpha. Oh, phi, sir.
Omega t. This is plus kx. Okay. Minus something I got, that is phi.
Phi.
This phi is initial phase. Okay. Plus or minus phi. So here, if I ask the amplitude, straight away you can say by comparing these two equations, what you write now?
0.05.
Very good. And angular velocity?
200.
Right. And k?
0.5.
K is what, Nana? Propagation constant.
Constant. Omega by lambda.
Right. Yeah. Propagation constant. Now suppose if I ask what is the frequency, what is the velocity of the wave, not particle, what is the wavelength, and what is the maximum velocity of particle. Okay, if I ask 4 questions here, then from this omega, from this equation, I think you can calculate frequency, Nana. First, whatever he is asking. So omega already we got here 200. 200 by 2 pi is equals to mu. That implies frequency is equal.
100 by pi.
Right. Suppose if we give this is in meters, okay, then this is in hertz. SI units 100 by 5, right? And then velocity of wave formula. You remember omega by k kada?
Yes.
Right. Velocity of wave is equals to omega by k. Omega is 200 by k is nothing but 0.5. 0.5 is 1 by 2. If you take that 2 to the numerator, you will get 400.
400.
400. In SI system, it will be 400 meters per second if displacement is given in meters. Okay. Second part is over. How to find the wavelength?
1 by mu, sir.
I take the first one, k is equals to 2 pi by lambda. K is how much here? 0.5.
4 pi, sir.
Right. By lambda is equals to 4 pi. You will get 4 pi in SI system units meter. Okay. So lambda also over. But here keep in mind what is the maximum velocity of particle. Okay. Maximum velocity of particle here. This part is over. Here, suppose velocity of particle. Today I give Nana from the equation like y is equals to a sine or a cos, any equation if you take. I got here, or else from this equation, Nana, velocity of particle is what? Simply dy by dt. Okay. dy by dt, if you differentiate this equation, you will get 0.05 into sine is cos 200t plus 0.5x minus pi by 2 into inner term partial differentiation with respect to time means into 200 extra you will get. So you are getting this is 0.05 into 200 into cos of 200t plus 0.5x minus pi by 2. Okay. Anywhere Nana, in trigonometric equation, suppose I am asking the maximum value. Okay, simple. If I ask what is the maximum displacement if the function is trigonometric, sine or cos, directly I can say whatever the term here I am taking, that is maximum. Why? Because sine function maximum value is plus 1. So if I put the sine maximum value plus 1 here, I will get b plus a. In the same way here, the maximum value of cos function is plus 1. If I put plus 1 here, I will get Vp is equals to 0.05 into 200. It is the maximum value. So logically, if you think, whatever the term you are getting, okay, here with the cos function, that is the maximum value. If it is velocity, V max. If it is the displacement, Y max. maximum displacement, maximum velocity. Okay. In formula wise, if you want to remember this one, observe here 0.05 is amplitude A, 200 is here if you see omega. So A omega is the maximum particle velocity. Okay, formula wise. So without doing this part here, without differentiating or doing anything here, directly if you remember this formula, you can write A already I know that is 0.05 into omega is 200. This is nothing but 5 2s are 10 months. 10 meters per second. Straight away you can write. These are the ways how to write the maximum velocity of particle, frequency, velocity, and lambda. Logically, Nana, how it is simply the combination of two waves. So, to write something from our mathematics, just what I am going to do, multiply with 2 and divide with 2 whole equation. That is 1 sine omega t minus kx plus root 3 cos omega t minus kx whole divided by 2. Whole divided by 2 is by 2 here. Okay. Look at it is appeared like Nana, y is equals to 2 into half. Suppose if I want to write in the form of sine. Okay. It is appeared like sine A cos B.
Sine of A plus B, sir. Sine 60 plus omega t minus kx.
Very good. Very good. This one.
Then we'll get the form last problem lag vastund sir. Form.
Yeah. Sine 60 pi by 2. Very good. Very good. It is like y is equals to what you are saying, A sine omega t minus kx plus 5. Yeah, very good. So here I think now after writing this in the form of the known equation, A is how much, Nani? He is asking amplitude. A is
2, sir.
Very good. Amplitude straight away 2. If you ask to find out the amplitude of wave equals to, and initial phase is equals to how much? Then initial phase, look at here, where is it?
Phi equal to pi by 3.
Right. So phi is equals to pi by 3. Second part. Okay. And also suppose if they ask, find out what is the initial displacement. Okay. Initial displacement. Extra part. Initial displacement means what we are seeing here. It is not like A sine omega t minus kx now. Additionally, some phi is there. That too plus phi. Plus phi means the wave might be started like this, not from origin. Started from somewhere here. So at x is equals to 0, this is x-axis. X is equals to 0, and at time t is equals to 0, the displacement of the wave is not equals to 0. It is not started from origin. It is started from this point. Okay, whatever the displacement here at x is equals to 0, t is equals to 0 is called as initial displacement.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I think I gave some hint here to you. X is equals to 0, t is equal to 0. If we put, we will get the initial displacement in the
Y is equal to, we'll get 2 sine pi by 3, sir.
Yeah. The equation wise, you can write
Root 3, sir. Root 3, sir.
Right, correct. So formula wise, if you remember, initial displacement represented with suppose y naught. What the formula can we write here? Y naught is equals to A sine.
A sine phi.
That's it. Either plus or minus phi, whatever you get there. Okay. So in this case, y naught already you told the answer. This is A is 2, sine phi is sine pi by 3, that is equals to root 3. Okay, so root 3 is the initial. Very good. So here